Hi and welcome to Stamp with Angela. Today I'm going to show you a couple of options for colouring a stamped image. One is using the watercolor pencils and then the other is using Stampin Blends. So I've got two butterflies here and that is from this stamp set here, Beautiful Day. So they've got the flower and the butterfly. So these are wonderful stamps for colouring and things. And I'm going to show you the differences with colouring things. Okay, so first of all, you need to stamp your butterfly. So I've got one that I prepared earlier just to give it a little bit of time to dry. I am using Memento ink. You do need to be a little bit careful that it doesn't bleed or blend or whatever. If it's dried really well, you should be fine. I just don't like using stays on too much if I can help it. So dry it with a heat tool or stamp it earlier and then colour with it later. Okay, so first of all I'll show you the watercolor pencils. So we're going to use the watercolor pencils along with a blender pen. Okay, so I'm just using standard Whisper white cardstock for this. So I'll just do, half of a butterfly to give you the idea. So I'm using rich raspberry and old olive. So I'm going to colour parts of it with the rich raspberry. And I'm colouring it reasonably roughly because I'm going to blend it with the pen. Sorry if it's shaking the table a bit. And obviously the darker with the colour that you put down, will be more of a darker butterfly. So let's say that's... So what I'm then going to come and do, make sure it's clean, is just use the blender pen and it just blends those colours really nicely. So you get rid of the sort of pencil lines and it just spreads that colour. It blends it basically. So obviously there is a special liquid inside it that helps blend the pens. The good thing about this is you can sort of get like a water wash kind of technique, but you don't have to use special paper or worry about, the water seeping through, but it gives you that nice effect. All right. So I'm just going to clean that. Very good. Now we'll do some of the old olive with the pencil. So just a quick colouring. So obviously if you were just using pencil you'd do it a little bit neater, but you can see the pencil lines in that. Just want to check. It is stained but it is clean, I've just checked. So see how that colour just blends, isn't that so nice? So it gives a nice soft look with your colouring. Then after that I'll show you with the blends. Now obviously with the blend you've got two colour options. So when I tried the dark, it did look a lot darker than this one. But the light colour was similar. I've gone over the line slightly, which is a little bit annoying, but there you go, it happens. Probably because I'm on video. Okay, so that's half. So now the blends. So for this one I think I'll use, so for this one here, you'll see here that I've used some dark and some light, and the light is more like that colour, so I'm going to use some of the light. So there's a thin end and a thick end, so depending on how, whether it's a tight area you're filling in or whatever. And obviously you can blend the colours as well. They are tight because we want to keep... because they're alcohol based, we don't want them to dry up. So there we go. There we go. So let's say I just, for a contrast, I'll make it a little bit different. We'll make this middle one darker. You can see how much darker it is. Okay. Oh, actually, last time I did that one in pink, didn't I? Oh well. Okay, let's go for the lighter with the old olive. I'll use that wider tip. This has been well used. I might use the thinner one for that. Maybe we'll do a bit of a contrast with some dark and light so you can see as well. So let's go with that. And let's put some dark, use the other end I think. Dark in here, and then maybe a bit of, so that's a nice wide one. And I'll use the thinner tip for this bit here. So you can see the contrast with the dark and light. And obviously you can, I'll blend the colours slightly. So what have I just used? So this is dark, just checking around the edges maybe. Still learning how to use the blends, and then I might get... The best thing is not to leave the lids off because they will dry up. So I know it's a bit of a hassle putting on and off, but there you can kind of blend the colours a bit more. So got a bit darker around the outside and then a bit lighter inside. So you get the idea. So blend, it will come through, obviously on the thinner paper and things, but both very effective with your colouring. So this one here is the blend. You've got your dark and your light colours, so rich raspberry and old olive. Here with your watercolour pencils, obviously you've just got more of a one colour shading, although I mean I'll just quickly show you. So let's make that really dark. Sorry if I'm shaking the table. And let's make that one a bit lighter. So you can vary it slightly, get it a dark and a light. So this is obviously very dark because I've used a lot of pencil. This one here, I probably took some of it as a little bit lighter. Maybe I'll try up here as well because I didn't clean it first, so it still had a bit of colour from before. So let's see, now we can get a lighter colour too. So you can get a contrast with your pencils. So that's the same pencil, but this one here I pressed a lot harder. This one here just very lightly. Anyway, so I hope you have fun with colouring. So whether you use the watercolour pencils or the Stampin Blends, they're both great ways of colouring. Watercolour pencils, I've put them into this narrow case just so I can see them more easily and that kind of thing. And it was in a packet, so that's just an option. Yeah, so thank you for watching, and if you've got any questions or if you'd like to buy any product, please feel free to contact me. So thanks very much. Bye.